So running start to that, 88 director credits.
Wow.
Sounds like a lot to me.
It sounds like a lot, but I've been making films since I was 12. My dad brought our family to Ireland when I was 12 years old, and I'm the baby of 6. And for some reason, he bought me a Super 8 camera.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, I didn't express even any interest. I think he wanted it maybe, but I ended up with it. But I realized very quickly I could make these little films, and I could get out of doing homework. I would like make a little film with the neighborhood kids, show it at school, everybody would clap, and I would like get an A in whatever subject it was in. And I was like, all right, this is kind of cool.
Wait, was the film like about, like, you're doing English class and it's about, you know?
Sure, it would be if it's history, it was something about history.
Okay.
But it was just another way of doing it. And it was like play. It was fun.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, and back then it was, you had rolls of film. Like, you'd shoot it, and I didn't even understand how editing worked. If you talked, I'd pull the trigger on you, then I'd stop. I'd give you the camera, you'd pull the trigger on me.
Yeah.
I never understood what those white flashes were.
Right.
Because I thought, to a 12-year-old, that's how you shot movies. That's how it made sense. But then I, you know, slowly learned and got into, you know, actually making films and having fun with it. And
so you're at a very young age, though, when you're but you may not even defined it as directing or anything.
Right, it was just playing. I had no idea what but I did know in the 70s like who Steven Spielberg was, and he had something to do with behind the scenes.
Right.
And I just kind of liked that idea of being able to tell stories, and that there was like this, there was a creative part to it, but a very technical part of it too, which I really enjoyed. But when you say there's like a lot of films there, most of this stuff I do produce and direct, and a lot of them I write just because it just comes out of me that way. And I say, if you want to be a filmmaker, it's always funny. There's two things. Like, if an actor ever says to me, oh, you know, I'm going to go to LA and give it a year, I'm always like, I can save you that year. If you're even thinking that, you're not an actor.
That's awesome.
But the same thing is with being a filmmaker. You have to produce. You have to find the money. You have to go get the locations for free when you're starting out.
Yeah.
And now with, you know, your iPhone and your iPad and your iBook, you can make full features and full films, which we couldn't do. It was
100%.
way more expensive.
100%.
So, but you have to learn how to do everything. You have to be when I hear directors say, oh, you know, I want to be the creative one and I'll let somebody else take care of the business. And I go, so you're not really a filmmaker. You're just like, you're having this fantasy of what it's about, but it is just real hard determination and work, and you get everything you want, and anything's possible. Like, we could be doing a close-up here, and we could be, you know, say that it's in Paris.
Sure.
And, you know, just put a picture of Paris behind it and people would buy it. But it's all fake. It's all what you make it.
Sure.
So I just love that aspect. It's like little magic tricks. We're faking out the audience.